you published your blog post. I'm so excited for you. Now what? You may be wondering, how long does it take? This took a really long time to get writing. Can I get clients from it like tomorrow? Maybe. So from the blog post I've been working on for the past 19 videos that SEO can take a little bit of time to kick in. But if you were really specific about the topic that you're talking about, you chose a keyword that was less competitive, then maybe you don't have to wait, the 4 to 12 industry standard months to start bringing in traffic. If you're very specific, it takes less time. So what's the timeline? Usually it takes 1 or 2 days if you don't do anything else for Google to even notice that you've made those changes. Then it has to kind of figure out where you fit within the existing pages that rank for that term. So usually you start at like 200 and these things move up and down all the time. I find that usually it takes, I'll see my website being indexed, which that's just nerd speak for saying I know that it's showing up in Google search results. It shows up in my Google Search Console as a new piece of content. I know Google's noticed it. Usually within a week, I'll see that show up in Google Search Console. And then, and Google will actually send you an email every month once you have Google Search Console installed. It's called Google Search Console Insights, and it will tell you we noticed 4 new blog posts on your page this month. So you will know that it has noticed you. And it should do that automatically. You can also submit a sitemap, but I'm not going to get that technical in this particular training. Or you can ask it to index. But again, we're not going to get that technical here. And then you'll see yourself in Google Search Console, which I'll show you in the next few videos. That's the next stage. You can see yourself slowly start to rise for specific search terms. You may rise from 200 to 150 to 100, a little bit at a time, but you can watch that happen. Or you might just leap straight up to like number 20 right out of the gate. That depends on who else is writing about this, how competitive the keyword is, whether people are even looking for that keyword, because you won't show up for terms that people aren't looking for. There's a lot of different factors going on here. So while you are waiting, what should you do? Do not just sit on your hands and wait for Google. You have this incredible piece of content. And at least the first few times you move through this process, it may feel very time consuming. So don't just let it sit and go into your content graveyard. Go share how awesome you are. So the best thing that you can do, in my opinion, after you publish a blog post is to email your email list and say, hey, I just posted a blog post. Go look at it. Okay, don't actually say that. That's not that exciting for people. It's more like bragging than it is sharing. But instead, maybe pull an excerpt from the blog post and include it in an email and say, go read the rest of the blog post. I don't want you to copy paste the entire blog post into your email. I want people to go visit your website because we have all those internal links that we just put in. And so if you just, copy paste it into the email, people won't ever go over to your website. But if you link it, then they can keep going down the rabbit hole of all the other things that you've written, and they can go look at your offers, and maybe it's been a while and they'll go listen to your podcast episodes, and they'll kind of reacclimate and get to know you by getting back to your website. So I do recommend always driving people from your email to your website, not just including all of your content there. And this is also a great thing that you can share on social media. So when you're creating those images for your blog posts, for your podcast, for whatever kind of content you're creating, also post them on social media. Pull an excerpt of the blog post, maybe even make a little graphic of a quote that you have in the blog post and share that on social media, and pull an excerpt and put it on social. You've done all this work writing it. You may as well share little pieces of it on social. Give people a taste. If it's appropriate, you can throw a link in the comments, or you can put the link in the bio and let people get a chance to read what you've been working on so hard. And then take it and put it into a social media scheduling tool, or throw it in your nurture sequence. And if those words don't make sense to you, that's okay. I'm just thinking about ways that people can continue to be told about the content that you're creating without you constantly needing to be pushing it out. Find ways that people who don't know you yet, that aren't on your email sequence yet, that aren't already following you on social media, maybe you can pull some old content, that blog posts that you wrote a year ago, 5 years ago, pull those into your social media feed as well. So that way you can kind of give yourself a break from social media, show your expertise, and your authority with your content and give people a chance to explore your back catalog by repurposing your stuff. So I don't want you to just sit around and wait those couple of months for Google to take notice. I don't want you to feel like, oh, if I don't make it to #1 on this blog post, I'm never going to get any traffic. Nope, I get traffic for things that I'm 20s and 30s for still. Next videos, the next set of videos, we're going to actually talk about how to know what you're ranking for, what those positions are, and how to improve your position using information from Google Search Console. So if you skipped that lesson back around, I don't know, day 9, go back, install Google Search Console. You're going to need it for the next lesson, but I am done. I just recorded all 20 of these videos in one day. So I'm going to go take a hot shower and have a glass of wine, and I will be back next week to record the second set of videos for you. Thank you guys. You are awesome. And I'll see you in the next video. You won't know that it's been a week, but I will. Bye.